Hello and welcome back to this series of Yamaha RM1X videos. And in this video we are gonna change some of our voices. So we have a beat going on here, and we have on the first track the bass drum, on the second the hi-hat, and on the third we have a bass line going on. And now when choosing track 3, when we hit on voice, seeing that the bass is selected. And now we want to play around with this bass and want to design it a bit according to our needs. So maybe the first thing we want to do is to play around with the cutoff, and we can do so by hitting play and playing around with it. There are also ways to automate this, and that's where it becomes really nice and powerful. So when we get back to a recording mode, which is the overdub mode, you can hit play. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. Okay, you get the idea. So you have a lot of parameters actually that you can use for automation. And by the way, all of these buttons here, you can see there's cutoff, there's resonance, there's decay, and so on and so forth. And while this knob is being pressed, you have the with the white background labeled a description, and when you turn it off, you have the parameter that's underneath, and you can assign even other parameters to these knobs, so you're not tied to what you see on the display here or on the description here. And yeah, so this is pretty handy when it comes to live situations. So when I get back to track 2, and I just start with these parameters here to play around, and you will see you can do already a lot with them. So specifically for the hi-hats, maybe I want to add some reverb, so the knob is turned off, meaning I'm in reverb mode, maybe some chorus as well. When I turn on the knob, I can maybe also play around with the cutoff a bit and record it. Okay, maybe let's dial the resonance a bit up. So, okay. And a nice thing to layer sounds is actually to harmonize the sound. It's just adding a second note, so it would allow you to build up chords. You shouldn't miss out to play around with this, I think. So I'm turning off this knob, and I will try to find another sample that works together with it nicely. Maybe yet another one. Okay, so I think you get an idea about what you can do in terms of sound design already. But to dive a bit further into sound design, there are some more things you should explore. So when you're in your voice menu, of course, you can do panning and you can change the volume. And here you can also add the variation, which is basically exactly this parameter, and you can configure exactly later on what effect is supposed to be applied on when you dial in variation. There's chorus, there's reverb, and you can change the dry level for it, and you can see all of the tracks and how they are affected in this overview quite nicely. If you want more, there's a voice edit menu, and in this voice edit menu you can change the attack, and by the way, you can also use these parameters to automate them, so this way you can get really nice variation in the beat and it would never sound boring. You can change the decay, the release, and in the next menu page you can change the way the pitch bend range can be used if you're using an external keyboard with pitch bend. You can change the portamento options in here as well. You have an LFO even, so you can change the LFO rate, and we can do it right now here, and you can change the pitch depth and the filter depth as well as the amp depth. Yeah, so you can see there are a lot of things you can do with this box. Here's the cutoff and the resonance, which we have mapped here already. Okay, so that's pretty much it in terms of sound design. There is a lot you can do also with effects and yeah, and in the way you combine different sounds together, of course. But we're gonna walk through all of them like one by one in other and different videos. So stay tuned and watch out for the next videos.